Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are in a diplomatic play with France, and I'm short on convoys. I think that might be just because I got troops moving, but in any case, I think I'm going to queue up a few more harbors, basically anywhere I've got manpower available. Or I've got labor available, rather. Okay, not there, surely. Not here either. What about New York? New York's coastal, and it has labor available. Bam. Is Pennsylvania coastal? It's on the St. Lawrence. Does that count? What about this little? That's a river. I don't think that counts. I don't think that counts. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it. All right, Virginia then. Not much labor available in Virginia. Some in North Carolina. Got to be some in Texas, right? Yes, quite a few. All right, I'm not going to need that many more ports. Just gonna throw them together as long as I've got them. All right. That should be fine. And we've got a ton of stuff in our construction queue. And most of it... Ooh, I should build these barracks now, actually. There sure are a lot of them. Yeah, we'll throw those in at the top. So, this diplomatic play, I think I am gonna steal French Senegalese Volta. I think that is the plan, actually. No, I'm liberating French Senegal. That's right. That's right. That's what I added to my my war goals. They want a bunch of things. So France is extremely, extremely infamous right now. I could get Oyo on my side, but that doesn't feel useful. Obviously, I can bring Britain in as my ally. France is confident. I don't know what to make of that. I think I'm going to throw some conscripts into my other forces. So, let's go ahead and... This is the Army of West Africa. Not a lot of labor available in various areas in West Africa. Alright, that should be... well, that's 16. Click that button. And then we'll do 5 more... we'll do 10 levels of artillery. And conscripts will begin being raised shortly. Army of the Isthmus, don't need to raise any conscripts for them. Army of California, conscripts are already mobilizing. I'm also going to increase the number of conscripts in the American Expeditionary Force. So we're going to put a bunch of these in the Midwest here. Well, the West. Sorry, this is the Midwest. A lot of these areas where we don't have a lot of battalions already. And so that's 52, so we need more. 2, 2, 2, and 2. I'll progress to study. It's been a bit. Oh, that's right, we're working on old age pensions, so that should be fine. And then I'm going to want a lot more levels of artillery in the American Expeditionary Force. I think 30. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We've got a rubber rush event. Rubber has been successfully grown in Congo. This place seems to be most effective. Barracks are getting built at a solid level, just a few pages of those. Force comparison here looks rough, but I've got the American Expeditionary Force getting there. Force comparison here looks rough. I may have made a mistake in putting the Army of the Americas at home. Let's go ahead and pull the British into this thing. Sway with call ally. Whew. Gotta remember not to do that. Gotta not forget to do that. So how's France feeling now? France is now uncertain. I could bring in Oyo with a transfer of... Show me. Houseland or Dahomey. I'm not going to give either of those to you, Oyo. So that simply is what it is. I'm going to put the Army of the Isthmus actually over here and put the Army of California over here. Because I want to have solid force comparisons on these two fronts for sure. I may end up putting these armies to defense when the time comes. I'm having really a lot of forces showing up. I know the Army of the Americas has a lot of conscripts, but the American Expeditionary Force should be getting some of those. Army of Florida as well. Force comparison's a nice flat 0 over here. Army of Florida needs another leader. Let's see. This guy's gonna have to be it, because Christian Robinson, you're the guy. Okay, force comparisons are starting to look better here. American Expeditionary Force is good, Army of West Africa is good, Army of California is good. I'm just checking to make sure we've got enough leaders. And then the Army of the Americas. Let's get one more. Ooh, brave and defensive strategist. Yeah. I'm gonna put you in, big in charge. He also aligns with the trade unions, which potentially useful for us as things go on. Pacific Fleet. Let's get you over here. And we have another event. The Washington Citizens Association. A social club popular with the educated class has held a town hall in Washington, with Susan Anthony speaking in favor of old age pensions as an honored guest. That is indisputably the case, but have you considered what the reception of such a thing would be? Anthony nodded towards the speaker, then looked back around the wood-paneled room. She put down her cup. I've spent some time thinking of it. We must in all things consider the thoughts of those who behold a thing for the first time. A first viewing is carried out with the eyes of an innocent, with mind open for new possibilities. They seem like the sort to know what's best. 10% enactment chance, or encourage this development further. 5% enactment chance, increased pop strength, and expected standard of living level from literacy in DC. I'm going to go with the first one. Let's just get our enactment chance out of this. Again, force comparisons are not great. This one seems really solid, but this one's looking rough. I'm going to go ahead and put these armies on defend for now. I'm going to do the same with this army, with the American Expeditionary Force. I think actually the American Expeditionary Force is going to be a 4-general army for the moment. And we'll keep those on defense. I think I might... Oh, goodness. I should look at mobilization options and make sure... Oh, no! It's fine? It's fine. No. Field hospital. None of my armies are on field hospitals. Ooh, that's going to be suboptimal, but that's alright. Alright, war is about to kick off. Nobody else is interested in participating. I could throw an extra war goal in there, but I don't think I want to do that. Alright, France, let's get this thing going. Force comparison here is looking good, so we'll go to advance. And these ones are already on advanced. Force comparison here is Midland, but I think it will stay solid. Army of the Isthmus developing a solid base of troops already as we get going here. Again, tons of battalions flowing into the Army of the Americas here. And did I have a third fleet somewhere? The West African Fleet, where are you? Oh, you're docked. Alright, so you can be here. Put another leader in, Master Convoy Raider. Yeah, you'll be good. Raid convoys. And then the Pacific Fleet also needs to have someone on convoy raiding. So we'll go ahead and do that. The Atlantic Fleet, our main fleet, do we have a convoy raider here? Yes. Alright, war with the French Empire has broken out. Alright, looks like we're winning over here, so I'm pretty happy about that. Gabon-Congo front. Oh my goodness. There's a bunch of fronts over here. Oh, because of Great Britain. Well, that's okay. That's okay. We can take those areas no problem. Eastern New Guinea... Oh, cripes. Completely forgot about this. I'm hoping that won't be that big of a deal. We'll send the army to the Isthmus there after they've finished out the fronts in Africa. Alright, battle's happening here. Oh, cripes, that is going to take some time. Law progressed to voting. Oh, wonderful. Very successful. And British are bringing some troops in... that's British Senegal, but in to help out with these other fronts. Feeling very good about that. I'm now going to set these armies to advance. And hope that that helps things out. Are we still... Here we go, come on. Alright. American-British Fellowship demands action. The American-British Fellowship has requested that we dissolve our treaty with Russia. Russia is a known opponent of British interests. We must be as comprehensive as possible. Any other approach is irresponsible. Russian aggression is as old as the hills. I fear that it may appear as though we're using our own nation as a piece on a chessboard for the sake of a foreign power. What would you say if pressed? A circumstantial alignment will not support us. In this case, British interests happen to be American interests. It is as simple as that. Here at 0. If I say no, it'll go down to -5. Industrialists are happy, intelligentsia are happy. This isn't in our interests. And then we have Movement to Enact Protected Speech organizes in Michigan. The organizers affiliated with the Movement to Enact Protected Speech have embarked on a focused campaign to inspire support for protected speech in Michigan. Residents of every single region in the world like to say that their home has a long and unique history of tight-knit community. The organizer almost agreed. The problem, of course, was that said community did not extend to outsiders. He'd been thrown out on his ear more times than he could count, but he persisted nonetheless. If he could introduce the right phrase into the right circles, perhaps even an idea that had been rejected out of hand at first would begin to find purchase. There are plenty of willing ears in Michigan, extra pop strength and radicals from standard of living, as well as extra movement support for protected speech. Or they must be concerned with far more grounded things, half the pop strength, half the radicals, and no increase to the movement strength. I'm going to do the second one. I don't necessarily want that movement to be strong. Let me quickly double check my colonies before I unpause again here. Excellent. I have access to another colony. Another colonization path. Wonderful. Alright, and these fronts are going and going. Alright, and at this point I'm going to have the Army of the Isthmus move to... Now that British battalions are kind of in and around this area, I'm going to have them move to Indonesia to cover that front over there. Oh, force comparison here has become very bad. I'm going to put these back on defense for now. So we try to push forward in East Africa. Excellent. Britain's got a force in Karta. Colonization of Western New Guinea is complete. Excellent. So the population here is Melanesian. Melanesian people are discriminated in the United States. I am not going to incorporate this area. Because I don't have a solution for that other than multiculturalism, which is very hard to do in the current build of the game. Oh boy, lots going on. A novel solution. In Susan Anthony's body of published work is a popular new book with a vision of what old age pensions might look like. Lawyers affiliated with the yeoman farmers say the contents are legally sound. Most of the time, fiction is merely that. Something to pass the time. Sometimes a true vision of possibility creeps through. Once in a blue moon, well-written fiction can change how people think. Every so often from there, however, it might be mistaken for divination. Canvass the public about the light reading. Yeoman farmers get stronger. Extra enactment chance. Susan B. Anthony gets more popular. Procure a copy with our compliments to the author. Costs a little bit. 10% enactment chance. Stronger yeoman farmers. No popularity boost for Susan B. Anthony. Or fiction should remain entertainment. Extra authority. Extra enactment chance. Extra authority permanently. Oh man, I'm gonna go with that second one. Extra authority forever is pretty stonks. A Hell on Earth event. I can't remember if we've gotten this one before, but I'm going to read it one time. It's going to start popping up later on. Once we've got some social welfare laws, or some workers' protections laws, we'll have another option with this. Workers at the rubber plantations in Dahomey are being severely mistreated. Mutilation has become a common punishment for perceived failures. Now, this is odd, because Dahomey is part of the United States. It's an incorporated territory. I didn't realize this could show up in incorporated territories. They went on to declare, when asked why they had fled, that they had endured such ill treatment at the hands of the government officials and the government soldiers in their own country that life had become intolerable, that nothing had remained for them at home but to be killed for failure to bring in a certain amount of rubber, or to die from starvation or exposure in their attempts to satisfy the demands made upon them. We cannot slow down production or launch an inquiry into plantations. We cannot slow down production increases mortality by a bunch. Launch an inquiry into the conditions of the plantations reduces throughput. I'm going to launch an inquiry and reduce throughput. I just think that's the sensible thing. We got an American army that lives nowhere. Let's put these units in the Army of West Africa. Spain is embargoing us. They're our rivals, so that's not a shocker. All right. Continuing to fire away at the French. We are looking solid. 0 because we don't hold French Senegal, so they have war support protection for now. On the other hand, we have war support protection against them as well. American Expeditionary Force and the Army of the Americas are both pretty much complete. And colonization of Ba-Congo is complete, so we will commence... Or no, we already commenced incorporation. There. Congo is still colonizing. Let me just make sure I'm not missing another colonization opportunity. I am not. Oh, Ubangishari. Excellent. I'm going to start colonizing there. I might be able to get into the middle of British Congo's colonization efforts here, which would be great. Let me make sure this army... Okay, this army is on attack. And these two armies are on attack as well. Brilliant. So we'll continue moving forward. We are winning this naval battle. Very good. And there's self-propelled torpedoes. Excellent. So that'll let us build torpedo boats, which will be nice. And there's old age pensions. We are now a little bit short. Ooh, colonization of Namaquant complete. That's excellent. We'll start incorporating there right away. And nowhere else I can colonize right now, except for, again, Congo, which I don't... Well... Gabon, in the Congo Strategic Region. I already have claims over there, so that'll be fine. It looks like we are having some convoy sinkage, but not too much. Colonization of Congo completed. Wonderful. We'll get started with incorporating. Mexico has begun embargoing us. Well, I guess I shouldn't be shocked by that. Battles seem to be going well for us on all the fronts in Africa. Except for this one. Well, we do seem to be getting a little bit of territory here in French Senegal. We are a bit short on bureaucratic capacity, so I'm going to throw a couple levels of government admin up to the top of the queue, just to get us as much of that as we need within good time. Ooh, enemy took some territory over here and is continuing to push forward. Oh. At the basket diplomatic plate. Oh, that's not good. Oh, this is not good. Alright, well, I'm going to put the Army of the Isthmus up here, because that's where it needs to go. We are now a little bit occupied, but only a tiny amount. Yeah. And force comparisons in Africa are all really solid. I think that's because enemy armies are moving. We can still take advantage of that. Oh, excellent. The Army of Florida has become freed up and available. I'm actually going to put them in Alaska for now. And I'm going to put a fleet over here, just in case I end up needing to do some kind of naval invasion. To sort out this situation before things get silly. Alright, and we are taking solid hold over French Senegal at this point. Enemy armies are moving and maneuvering here, but I think we've got a strong force comparison, so I'm feeling pretty good. I was a little worried about this whole situation. The Pacific Fleet has been defeated. Oh, that's sad. Alright, and this army is on its way back to here. Or on its way to there, so that shouldn't be a problem. Alright, all of the African front is closed out. France is not ready to capitulate yet. They are losing war support at 3.5 per day, so it's going to be a lot of weeks. Let's go ahead and take... I don't know where these armies are going right now, but let's go ahead and take the American Expeditionary Force and hurl them into a naval invasion against France itself. Army slightly too small, but shouldn't be an issue. I think these armies are on their way over to here. To Alaska to deal with that situation. And the West African Fleet is on its way over here. Oh, the Pacific Fleet's on its way back to the Pacific Coast. As you can see, costs are significant, but we're so high above our maximum gold reserve limit that I'm not even worried. In fact, I haven't even paused construction. Again, we seem to be popping small armies, and I'm putting them in the Army of West Africa because I don't know what else to do. There's the two arms to Athabasca. We are looking good over here. I don't know why this tiny island doesn't get colonized, but this thing where it creates two fronts is not my favorite. Excellent. Alright, so now I think we're going to have the West African Fleet naval invade into New Guinea with the army of the Isthmus, which is right over there. Shouldn't take too long at all, except for all of the amount of time it'll take to sail across the entire Pacific Ocean. Again, go to the Army of West Africa. I don't know why these tiny armies are getting created. Alright, industrial barriers. Factories in California have been reported to be placing Hokan people into roles with incredibly poor working conditions owing to their status as second-class citizens in the USA. Indigenous American heritage people. Alright, I know, us businessmen have a reputation for only caring about the bottom line, and that may be true for some, but the way I see it, any venture must be built on a strong foundation of values. The Hokan don't understand those values. How could they? There are values. This unequal treatment cannot stand. Angry and weaker petite bourgeoisie, increased support for national supremacy, or they're lucky to be given any job at all. The reduced support for a bunch of other things, reduced standard of living. You know, I think I'm going to weaken the petite bourgeoisie, because, again, I'm trying to break their stranglehold on the government, and it's not working. The discovery of oil in Florida is causing people to flock to the state, hoping to build jobs in this booming industry. Gold, silver, diamonds, for what? Trinkets and finery for the gentry, glamour to hide that their time is past? Listen, my friend, nostalgia may be gilded, but the future runs on oil. Encourage this trend. Oil is the future. Alright, we got a bit more episode. France is now pretty low on war support. They will not accept this peace deal, but it should only be a few more weeks. So that is pretty good for me. I am showing a significant shortage in bureaucracy with the incorporation of these states underway, so I'm going to throw a few more government admins under construction. Pacific Fleet is repaired. And all these costs should be lower pretty soon. Oh my goodness. Goodness knows. I've got... Well, hopefully this war will not last long at all. You're defending against a rebellion in Nicaragua. Alright. So France will accept both of these things. Propose. Alright, Senegal is now free. I think they have a truce with me right now. Yes, they have a truce with me. Alright. Let's go over to Inner Mauritania, West Pacific Fleet repaired. I'm not actually going to improve relations because I want to see my infamy continue to go down as quickly as possible. Again, I don't know what's causing these armies to show up here like this. I think this must be some manner of bug. This war is about to kick off. Force comparison here is ludicrously good. An achievement called Go West, Young Man. Interesting. I need to check what that one is. 2 arms. Italy colonized New Guinea. Interesting. What do you think you're doing over here? Alright. So that's pretty good. Finances are still good. We got a large gold reserve. We're pretty short on administrative capacity, but that's okay. Oh, that's right, because we're building up DC, which still needs to bring in the necessary population to increase. I thought I was going to have a lot more time, actually, before things started to get silly with that. I'm going to throw these coal mines in at the top so they get finished, because they're not quite finished. Yeah, low organization. I know, but those don't need to be armies. There's something going on with the way the AI handles mobilization and conscripts that causes that thing. Alright. The most prominent members of North Carolina high society have been seen organizing luxurious parties in the new and lavish urban buildings. Marble walls, shimmering stone. The noise of people coming and going brings the city back to life when we didn't even know it was dead. Tall buildings cover the sunset, kids play with bricks, smoke blends with the clouds, and a distant bell announces the next train. Progress is coming. Let them celebrate. 10% more loyalists in the upper middle strata, or the party will never end. 25%, but the upper strata expect higher living conditions. From here on out, I'm going to go with the second one, because I bet I can keep standard of living really, really high in those areas, because I'm so good at video games. We've now exceeded every other power in the world in GDP except for Great Britain. We've done the same for prestige. And overall, I'm feeling really solid about our position. I've gotten us down to 25 infamy, which means we'll be below 25 infamy pretty soon. And I'm definitely looking at a series of reductions in autonomy for my various subject powers. Venezuela I still need to get down there, but treaty agreement with Morocco? Sure. That should be just fine. That was probably dumb, because I was trying to save influence, but that's okay. Venezuela is still going up, but part of the reason it's going up is because of infamy, and that's only temporary. I really want to be able to get them down to a protectorate. At the same time, I think it's also... I think that might be a little bit of a fool's errand, and I should focus on these other areas. In particular, Peru, Bolivia, New Grenada. I have a lot of other countries that I could start doing a little bit of cascading autonomy reductions. Rubber and Equateur. This place seems to be the most effective. Just trying to make a smart decision about this. Again, I really want to get them down to being a, yeah, here we go. Because now we're low on infamy, and now it's minus 0.04. I really want to get them down to a dominion so that I can reduce their subject payments, which in turn increases their tendency to, increases the rate at which their liberty desire goes down. On the other hand, so I could do a little bit of reductions for these ones through gaining infamy. Which I do kind of want to do. But all that's going to be for later episodes. It's been a fun little war against France. We got ourselves hold of French Congo. We're now currently incorporating Congo and Namakland. So those will be 2 states in another couple of years, and overall we are doing very well. So, but for today, I've had fun. I hope you've had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.